Hey, here's a fun tax day tip. Take however much you owed in taxes this year. Let's say you owed $50,000. Subtract that number from the same number. Subtract $50,000 from $50,000. And you know what you get? You get the amount Donald Trump paid in taxes this year.
So Jimmy Kimmel just dropped a brutal tax day reality check about Trump's financial hypocrisy. And it's devastating because it's true. While working Americans paid thousands, Trump paid essentially nothing while adding trillions to our debt. This exposes the core inequality in our system. Let's break this down.
The guy who drove us another $3 trillion into debt, is that the guy? He got it for us. That's our money. You didn't get anything for us. You take from us. That's all you do.
The numbers back this up perfectly. Trump added $7.8 trillion to the national debt during his presidency, the largest increase by any president in history. Yet he paid just $750 in federal income taxes in 2016 and 2017. Meanwhile, the median American household paid over $13,000 annually.
It's funny how we just let this go, but 10 years ago when Trump was running, he said he couldn't release his taxes because they were still under audit, which was unverifiable. But he said he would as soon as they weren't being audited, and he didn't. And remember when we found out he paid a total of $750 in taxes in 2016 and $750 in 2017?
This broke a 44-year tradition of presidential transparency. Every president from Carter through Obama released their returns voluntarily. Trump's audit excuse was bogus. The IRS confirmed audits don't prevent release. He simply refused because the returns showed he paid almost nothing while claiming to be wealthy.
Every president since Jimmy Carter has released his tax returns while in office, with only one exception.
Tax return transparency matters because it shows if leaders have conflicts of interest, foreign income, or use legal loopholes unavailable to regular Americans. When presidents hide their finances, we can't assess whether their policies benefit the country or their personal wealth.
Meanwhile, our Darth Vader president is lashing out at the Pope again. This is how he operates. He does something dumb. Everyone around him tries to clean it up for him, and then he just does it again. He's mad at the Pope for being against war and lashed out last night just before midnight, which is not helping his I'm not the Antichrist campaign.
This pattern is playing out right now with the Iran situation. Trump escalated tensions, his team scrambled to manage the crisis, then he contradicted them on social media. The Pope criticism at midnight shows he's spiraling under pressure from multiple foreign policy failures.
Trump says the strait is closed, but he also says it's open. It's whatever you want it to be. Gas prices are sky high, but our Secretary of Energy, Chris Wright, is confident that whatever the president is doing is good, even if it isn't.
Gas prices hit $4.89 nationally after Iran closed shipping lanes. Yet Energy Secretary Wright keeps insisting everything's fine. This mirrors 2019 when Trump's Iran provocations sent oil prices soaring. Then his administration denied any connection between their actions and economic consequences.
Just because it looks like we're going the wrong direction does not mean that's the direction we're going.
That quote perfectly captures this administration's gaslighting strategy. Deny obvious realities even when everyone can see them. It's the same playbook from COVID denial to election fraud claims. When facts contradict the narrative, they attack the facts instead of changing course.
Trump is desperate to change the narrative right now and sat for a doozy of an interview with Maria Bartiromo, who, like everyone, is curious as to when this war might be over.
Trump's doing friendly media because his approval rating dropped to 38% after the Iran escalation backfired. These softball interviews are damage control attempts, but they often backfire when he goes off script and reveals he doesn't understand the policies his own administration is implementing.
Honestly, Maria, I have no idea what's happening or what I'm doing. I said COVID was over 2 years before it was over. Did you know that before they made me president, I hosted a reality TV show?
That's obviously parody, but it captures how Trump actually communicates. Rambling, contradictory statements that dodge direct questions. His real Iran interviews showed similar confusion about strategy, timeline, and even basic geography of the Persian Gulf region.
They gotta stop with the windmills. You have to stop with the windmills. What is with him and the windmills? Every problem comes back to windmills.
While Iran threatens global shipping and oil prices spike, he's fixated on wind energy talking points from 2016. This shows dangerous misplaced priorities. During an international crisis, the president should focus on immediate threats, not campaign rally grievances about renewable energy.
Every day I become more convinced that Trump's father used to beat him with a miniature golf club in the shadow of a windmill.
Psychologists have noted Trump's obsessive returns to specific grievances suggest unresolved trauma or anxiety. His windmill fixation during serious crises reveals someone unable to compartmentalize personal irritations from presidential responsibilities. Exactly what we're seeing with Iran policy chaos.
That's right. Every war in history is still going on because no one ever ended one. Except him, who ended 8, and a 9th is coming. Do you get credit for ending a war you started?
This is crucial context. Trump escalated with Iran through sanctions and assassinations, creating the current crisis, then claims he'll solve it. It's like an arsonist taking credit for calling the fire department. You don't get peace prizes for cleaning up messes you created.
This war is going so poorly for Trump, he may need Melania to hold another surprise press conference just to get Epstein back in the news again.
With 64% of Americans opposing the Iran conflict and gas prices crushing working families, Trump desperately needs distractions. The Epstein document releases last month couldn't have come at a worse time politically, forcing him to defend those relationships during a foreign policy crisis.
He had to defend Trump bashing the Pope and the AI Jesus stuff, and now he's made it his job to try to pretend his boss wasn't a close friend of the world's most notorious pedophile.
Vance's approval rating sits at just 31% because he's constantly defending the indefensible. Managing the Iran disaster, papal criticism, AI Jesus imagery, and now Epstein connections simultaneously has made him toxic to moderate voters who determine swing state elections.
Not only has Trump publicly said Jeffrey Epstein was a terrific guy who was a lot of fun to hang around with, not only do they have Epstein on tape saying, I was Donald's closest friend for 10 years, there is a videotape of them dancing and checking out chicks together. And you can see how intensely the dislike is here. Look at them. Look at those two non-friends having a terrible time. And he's still dancing around Epstein many, many years later.
The documentary evidence is overwhelming. Photos, videos, flight logs, and Epstein's own recorded words about their decade-long friendship. Court filings show Trump knew about the trafficking operation. This isn't guilt by association. It's documented complicity in enabling predatory behavior.
I don't know if you've been following the story, but Greg Phillips is a Trump-loving, he's third in command at FEMA, who claims to have teleported to a Waffle House.
Having someone with documented delusions in FEMA's leadership is genuinely dangerous. During Hurricane Maria's aftermath, FEMA's delayed response killed thousands. When natural disasters strike, delusional thinking about teleportation instead of logistics coordination could be catastrophic for vulnerable communities.
Can you imagine that when an emergency happens, this man is third in command in the whole country? Just when you think this administration can't get any nuttier.
This exemplifies the broader competency crisis. Climate change is intensifying disasters nationwide, yet FEMA's third in command believes in magical teleportation. When Category 6 hurricanes hit Florida or mega earthquakes strike California, we need rational emergency management, not fantasy-prone administrators.